Hello guys, so I want to show you my Notion here, how I journal these trades. Let's go to Notion. Okay, so this is day 64, May 28th, 2025, right? So we're trading gold. This is just a small journal. So we're trading the New York session bootcamp because you see that it's red in color. It means it was a lesson day. My model delivered, but I was offside. What caused that is the religious bias that I had. So that was a lesson for the day. So it was actually a lesson for the week. I had a bullish bias. So, but I'm happy with my trade management because I stuck, by my rules. Only take one trade if I have a strong bias. I don't reverse my trades that easily unless I have a flexible bias, as you can see there. So let's go down and look at the weekly chart. My predictions was that we're going to see those relatively equal highs, obviously after having made that weekly immediate rebalance and referred to the previous weekly equilibrium range. Okay, I like that, and I thought, okay, we're going to just spring higher and go towards those relatively equal highs, and I was going to aim for any premium array on the hourly chart. So this is the daily now. Let's look at the daily. So looking at this daily chart, you look at the last up close candle. That was the day. It was already forming a bullish candle on daily after rejecting at the CE, which is the midpoint of this week here, just below it. So I said I think we are done going lower. So let's take it higher. Let's take it higher in the boot camp. And this was my 1 hour, the hourly chart. As you can see, we had closed and inverted this bullish inversion fair value gap, and these lines here, this is the weekly immediate rebalance and the previous weekly equilibrium range, which was already respected. Looking at all these factors, I said, okay, let's aim for this hourly premium sell side imbalance. And then as this hourly candle was retesting the low of the inversion fair value gap on 15 minutes, it was forming something like I think this is the 15 minutes if I'm not mistaken. Let's confirm. Still the 1 hour. This was that other time frame was 4 hours if I'm not mistaken. So we had this inversion reaper. So in a reaper, inversion is when you have a breaker and inversion, a fair value gap inside the breaker. So it was actually a reclaimed, sorry, not reclaimed. Yeah, it was a reclaimed, yes, reclaimed bullish fair value reaper fair value gap. Okay, looking at the 15 minutes for structure. So if you look on the 15 minutes, we had this dealing range, right? Swing low, and we had that swing high. But if you focus on the London range, that was the London low right there. So that's the one I measured to all the high, to that high, the highest high right there. So we're already trading it below the equilibrium point. And looking at the bodies, we're respecting the inversion, right? The reaper. I think this is the reaper. And then I just wanted to get a confirmation on 5 minutes, right? So here's my 5. On my left, I have my 5 minute here. So the 5 minute actually gave us a change in state of delivery by closing above that the last down close candles at the right time. Okay, so this is the London range that I had measured, and then I was looking for these clean highs up here, relatively equal highs. And then this is the sweep that occurred during this macro 750, and this is the 5 minute bullish change in state of delivery right there. This is the OTE of the London range, And then I saw that fair value gap, we went long right there. We have 7 o'clock here, which is the pre-market range highs. So this speed above high is the high I was eyeing, and I wanted to see a bullish close, a strong close above that, you know. So let's look at what happened, what transpired. If you okay, so we had this impulsive move to the upside, you know, for this is the 5 minute, and I wanted to get a bullish close. Yeah, I was telling the guys, no, I need to see a bullish close, and this was our trade. We had went long right there. Don't know if I have the screenshots of my trades here. And then seeing this in 5 minutes was already a red flag, because that's a rejection, right? And also looking at how we closed above the speed above swing high, which was the highest high after 7 o'clock, pre-market range high, very important. It failed to close the body above that, so that was a red flag. I told the guys, okay, if we close below the last 3 consecutive up close candles here, that's dangerous, because we are inside this macro now, and it could give us a continuation of this downward trend, you know. And that's exactly what happened, because I couldn't take that trade because it just cancelled. This is what happened, right? We closed up, I said danger. Look at that, there was danger right there, because I was calling this thing live on TikTok. This is obviously the 5 minute. We failed. Why do I say there was danger? The highest high after 7 o'clock, which was that high, failed. It was taken out, and we failed to close above it. And then this was a change in state of delivery right there inside the macro. And this was also an institutional order flow entry through on the 15 minutes. So I'm going to show you a review shortly, and look at the 5 minutes also failed to close above that inversion fair value gap. So, and then boom, we closed the trade before it could hit our stop loss, obviously. And then that was the trade for the day, right? But had I not had a strong bias, bullish bias, this was a clean sell, because this is when you see me reverse my trades and say, okay, no, let's cancel the bias, let's reverse our trade and go short. But I couldn't do that because my bias was, you know, I had that religious bias, you know, of being bullish. So I left this money on the table like that. This is the institutional order flow entry through on 15 minutes. A small partial entry inside this fair value gap here, right there, which was this a week here, purging or taking out that buy side during the 850 to 910 macro. And then it went all the way down to London lows and the midnight open. This is actually my model, because at 8:30 we opened right there. We had no sell side taken, we had no buy side taken. So we wait between the highest high between 7, the highest high between 7 and 8:30, and the lowest low. So you highlight that, that's your pre-market, and then you wait for one side to be purged inside the macro, which is exactly what happened here. This was purged, and then bearish market structure shift right there, displacement, change state of delivery, and a bearish market structure shift below this low, confirming that there is sponsorship, right? Institutional sponsorship. And then boom, it was an easy trade. So the religious bias here, it costed me. So this is my review. Obviously you can see this is the model. As you can see right there, you can take a screenshot of this. This is a bearish market structure shift I was talking about. So this was day 64 in the boot camp. I'm not in sync with price action, because this was an easy model. You know, it was easy, but price went all the way down, because even on 5 minutes it was just clean after failing to close above that. There was a nice fair value gap there. I could have used that to go short, you know, but I just realized, because we've been, you know, I've been on a losing streak with the bootcamp guys. So I just said to myself, you know what, just stop, you know, come back tomorrow. So I'm now going to show you the, excuse me, the forecast for the week. All right, so this is what I have on my chart. Sorry guys, I'm going to show you. Let me wipe off this thing. Sorry, I'm just journaling these trades and I'm seated down. So on daily, we're trading inside this last down close candle, and it was, I showed you when it was bullish, forming that bullish, it ended up being bearish. It closed bearish for the day, and I wasn't thinking we were going to go and fully fill this, and that's what happened here. Earlier today it opened, went all the way down, and it filled this basic completely right there. Now it's pushing higher after taking our previous day's high. We are closing back inside the range, but I still like those smooth edges there. If you watched the video of me outlining my weekly forecast, you know exactly why I'm still pointing those things out. You should go and watch that video. And this is the daily chart, right? Sorry guys, this is the daily chart, and on 4 hour, this is what you have on 4 hour, right? This is 4 hour. Let me show you. This camera is not zooming in. You can see that's 4 hour. Those highs are too smooth for me, and you can see right now, after filling that daily fair value gap, this is what was happening on the 4 hour. We feel that imbalance right there, and then we are pushing higher now. We had no fair value gap form here on the 4 hour, so everything is balanced, but we have crossed that high. So we've crossed the opening of the last down close candle. That's a change in state of delivery, and I'm watching this fair value gap now in Asia. If we drop and take out initial sell side inside this fair value gap, I'm going to be looking at this new day's opening gap, and I'm going to take it higher because it can just run, pre-market, during Asia, and go all the way up the same way it did here. Let me show you what happened here. After taking sell side right there, took sell side here, went higher, and then filled the fair value gap, went higher. Look at that cross, the crossing of that last down close candles. That was a change in state of delivery here right there. And then on retest, look at this fair value gap here. This is actually a new day opening gap. The body is never closed, even at the CE of this new day opening gap right here. And then it went all the way up. I think that's what's gonna happen right here now. The same thing's gonna happen. But here, that's the fair value gap. I have to be very cautious because we feel the fair value. Took buy side, feel an imbalance. I have to study this on 15, 5-minute coin confirmation on 5 before I can take it higher to those smooth highs. But I think it's gonna be a nice Friday tomorrow, guys. I'm not demanding price to go to these highs tomorrow. I just have not a strong bias as I had earlier on, but I'm just I'm not demanding, sorry, but I do want to see it. I would love to see it go all the way up there. I hope this was insightful, guys. Stay tuned for more, and let me know if you like these kind of videos. They are very easy to record, and I can just update you every now and then, with what I'm anticipating in price. So if this is like you don't mind using me recording videos like this, let me know so I can update you, every chance I get of what I'm anticipating in price. So today I didn't participate because I was like, So see you guys tomorrow on the next video.